around.
Hold on for a minute.
She pirouettes.
Sorry, Mitchell, we had some technical difficulties. I'm going to call you right now. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
we ran over,
yeah,
huh?
we ran over because we had an issue.
We're
coming on right now. We're fine. I'll call you right now. Bye-bye. Because we were on that whole rant, I missed our fucking guest.
We got into a political discussion. You know how hot they get.
How horrible we are with political discussion.
Yeah, Betty be like going like this.
Yeah, he's looking at the clock going
Billy
like, where
the
fuck are you, motherfucker?
He's going
to be like, yo.
You're going to cut us right off, yeah.
Yeah, well, normally we would have everything set up and work around it.
It's Billy's fault.
It is Billy's fault for not being here.
That's
but what are we going to do, guys? I can't blame everybody.
Billy, without you, Eddie can't function.
Everything goes right down the shitter.
Yeah,
because we went into a whole thing about how we were, and then John went to a whole Puerto Rican rant.
Yeah.
Because, you give the Puerto Ricans a mile and they take everything.
If you elect me, I'll give Puerto Rico their independence.
Nobody wants to give it.
Nobody wants to elect me.
Mitchell, hello.
Oh,
I'm sorry, sir. I am so sorry. No, what happened was I had two guys on the show drop out today, and one was a family emergency. The other one was he was travel issues or whatever it was, and our clock went to shit.
It did.
And I will, sir, but however long, my brother, that you wish to talk on today's show, feel free.
Absolutely.
We will talk to Mitchell Stuart right now, who is the head of the World Funk Orchestra. You all know him. You all love him.
Yes,
he is definitely part of our group. He is a Hoff. He's a Ham Radio Show official friend. Mitchell, how the hell are you, sir?
Brothers, all of you, so good to hear from you guys. Things are amazing, and I really, I'm always gracious and grateful to be on your show.
Thank you, sir, and we're grateful to have you, as always. Sorry about the mix-up yet again. Now, one thing I do want to bring up, you have a lot of stuff going on with the World Funk Orchestra, WFO, which, by the way, is, if you go to @World Funk Orchestra, that's their Twitter. I had fucked up before and wrote the wrong Twitter today, and had to be corrected by Mitchell because you know what it was? It was the first thing I clicked over, and I clicked on the thing. However, I did fix said problem. So now if you want to check more about it, you can go, of course, you can go to @World Funk Orchestra to make sure that you have all the good stuff and get all the information that you need about this great group and this band, this amazing sound that you get, and the multiple different musical genres that blend into one, and everything else that's on here that is the World Funk Orchestra. Now, the World Funk Orchestra, by the way, has a new release. Am I correct with that, Mitchell?
You are correct, and it's honestly, I thought about this before. It's such a full circle moment for us with you guys.
Yes.
Could you be both? By the way, could you be both my uncle and my brother? Is that possible? I'm just
if we're from West Virginia, sure.
Some down south shit.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He'll be your wife if you want.
We one of the first interviews I did with you, after we probably interviewed with on the Scott Shannon doc, was with World Funk Orchestra, and it was about 18 months ago. And you guys, I'm so grateful because I feel like Dorothy going down the Yellow Brick Road. You guys can pick the characters you wish to be. But, you guys have been on this journey with us, and it's, about 15, 20 million video views and 500,000 streams just on Spotify and all that. And it's 18 months. But if you recall, and even the last time I was on the show, we talked about Such a Beautiful Day.
Yeah.
And we did the tropical version, which has done like 50,000 streams and really been amazing and consistent. And we charted in the top 10 on a couple of charts as well with that. And here's the funny thing. The announcement that we have today is, unbelievably enough, it's going to be better than The Godfather 3, I promise.
Well, anything's better than The Godfather 3, but this is 10 times... This is I was gonna say, don't sell it short there, but Mitch. I've heard the song. This is a great freaking song.
This is the moment that the elevator is going way up. So we're doing Such a Beautiful Day. I'm calling it the global version, even though all the versions have been there. But as I shared with you, and I have to tell you this story because it's anyone listening, if you've ever heard Eddie, the gang, and I speaking, it's always about being positive, pursuing your dreams, regardless of where you are.
Absolutely.
And so this is going to be about the craziest story you've ever heard, landing us in this momentous moment. So while we were going about our business and building World Funk Orchestra and trying to do good in the world and doing charitable works and moving things up and positive lyrics and really a blended group of multi-everything, generational, multicultural, multicolored. You name it, you're invited.
It's definitely multi.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We're multi.
We're multi-multiples.
Back to that family in Virginia, right?
Hello.
Hello. But a brother I never knew I had was in Uganda, two brothers, Bobby Wine and Nubian Lee. And Bobby Wine is a superstar in Uganda. And in his world, far surpassing anything I was attempting to do, he had given up his pop stardom to try to bring democracy to Uganda, and he did it through music. Sound familiar, Ed?
Yep.
And because he was so famous, people started filming it. He ended up running for president and was imprisoned, tortured, beaten. People in his camp were killed. But he kept the faith. He ignited the youth of Uganda. He became, from a musician, he went to the status of Bob Marley or Fela. He put his life on the line. A documentary was made called People Power, Bobby Wine, and he was nominated for an Oscar.
I was going to say, he's an Oscar nominee.
Cool.
Yes, Oscar nominee. He goes to California, where he meets my brother and my mentor, and now just one of my dearest friends, Andre Morgan, who's an Oscar winner and helped bring the first Bruce Lee movie here, as I think we discussed in the past. And Bobby and Andre were speaking, and Andre was so taken with Bobby, but is also crazy enough to say, Bobby, I think a dear brother of mine needs to lend his voice to your voice and have this really go to where you dream. And, no accounting for taste, he was actually talking about me.
Oh!
And what we were talking about with World Funk. So it took about a month because everyone's still crazy busy, and, he's a little extra crazy busy. And the first conversation, and we actually aired this on YouTube and our socials the other day, our first conversation ended up being over an hour. And, when you've been around and you've done what he's done in his life and I've done in my life, you can read people really quickly. So the very long story short is that day he committed a return to music and to join World Funk Orchestra, and he brought Nubian Lee.
Nice.
Now, Ed, as we have discussed, that was my crazy-ass goal from the beginning, is to just try to change one person's mind and to move towards the golden rule, to move towards positivity, to maybe, if you were going to do bad that day, maybe you don't. Maybe maybe you tell your children there's a better way, there's a better choice, try harder, just stick it out, as you know, is my mantra. And everyone I surround myself with, when we all hit the ground, we get up taller and stronger. It's not easy, but we do it.
Absolutely.
So Bobby and I met and committed, and the song he picked was Such a Beautiful Day. And I thought, okay, so, immediately went to the old power of three, okay, we'll do it again. And I had no idea what we were getting into again. And what he did, and what his producer, and a shout out to Patty Man, who's number one producer in Uganda, a hit maker, and our engineer, Andrew, and my partner, Mike Ratty, and I, we came together, and it was the manifestation of everything I dreamt when we started this. So as you heard in the percussion and the drums, it's like nothing else. It's Mike playing so many different percussion and drum instruments, Patty Man, bringing in modern African elements, and Bobby did his verse, and the guy is amazing. And then he brought in Nubian Lee, and those guys. Mine is the chairman of the board. He will be president of Uganda, but for our purposes, he's Frank Sinatra. And Nubian Lee was this amazing voice. You know, you think of Used to Endure with Peter Gabriel, what have you. He's Dean Martin. And these guys both have now become part of World Funk Orchestra.
Cool.
And that's literally, that's what the World Funk Orchestra does. That's why the term world is not taken lightly with this group. That's the thing. Like, that you take elements from all over the world that legitimately, so like, if you have, like, because first off, It's a Beautiful Day, such a beautiful day, to be exactly, is not only a great song by itself, but it has become like an anthem to a lot of people, and now there's different versions of it. You have the Caribbean version, now this global version. There's so many different elements, and I do enjoy this new version a lot, because that the part when they come in, and you get that kind of, I don't even know how to describe, it's kind of like a reggae rap kind of thing that's going on, and it's like, it to me elevates an already awesome song. Like, because the song's good by itself. Now it's just even better.
You know, we've talked about it, and thank you so much for saying that. And, you know, and I was speaking to Bobby and Nubian early today, and you know, part of my whole thing when I'm working with Looking for Larry and HQ is, you know, I provide a lot of energy for people, and that's my style. And with these guys, it's coming back. It's coming back so heavily. It's back to what I've always said to you as a Marvel, not a DC guy. It's like the Avengers are really assembling here, because they're giving it back, and it elevates. So, yeah, when Bobby Wine comes in and hits the bitty bitty bum, I mean, I can't even express the joy and elation that I felt. It's just something. And then the dream I always wanted, and we've spoken about a choir, and God bless the Sampson brothers and Bongi and Rebecca McCartney now, who's with us, and we formed our own little choir. But as you heard on this, you know, I asked our partner Andrew in South Africa, because I didn't want to, again, I wasn't thinking about a straight up gospel choir. You know, I wanted that, although that would have been world, and maybe down the road we might. But what about a South African or an African gospel choir? Would that be different? And as you heard, when we were producing it, I didn't intend to give them a breakdown, you know, and give them their spot. I just thought they do what they do. And Eddie, it was a moment where I was kind of conducting from here when they were singing in South Africa in real time. And a shout out to Daniel, the choir director. But there was a moment where I asked them to ad lib, and you hear it on the breakdown. And our coordinator, Jenna, was filming it, and she tapped me on the shoulder. I turned around, and it was so glorious. These people brought so much, for lack of a term, like angelic, heavenly positivity. Jenna was filming and crying at the same time.
Yeah.
And you heard that on the breakdown. It's how many elements are in this? I mean, I've lost count. Do you know? How did it hit you?
It hit me in multiple ways, because I've heard the original. I've been there since day one with the WFO.
You have been, brother.
And I'm thankful and gracious that you use my show as a platform to get the word out about the WFO, and thank you for that, because it's like getting on the ground floor of an epic musical thing. Like, it pretty much kind of like, you know, like how the We Are the World. If you ever watched the documentary, the great documentary,
it's brilliant.
It's exactly what you guys do, because these are artists and innovators from all over the world who have their own different sounds, different tempos, different instruments, things that you don't hear normally. And you've taken one song and altered it in multiple ways to thus give you technically a different song each time, which is kind of unheard of, because it has the same melody. It still is such a beautiful day, and it has all that, but then it goes from that into this way. We have some South African reggae kind of stuff going on over here. This one over here, we got Caribbean music mixed in. With this one over here, you have that. So you kind of get that real life kind of you using the analogy about the Avengers actually fits in because you have that's exactly what it is. You have Captain America working with the Black Panther. So you got Wakanda and you got America working together. You got Russia with the Black Widow. You bring that in too. You got different and there is no race, creed, color. Like there's nothing that fits this group because it doesn't matter what you are. Talent always rises to the top. So it doesn't matter if you're the blonde who can sing in the background. That's one aspect. If you're the black chick who brings that Caribbean kind of feel to it, boom, 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 she brings this. These guys that bring the kind of reggae kind of sound. Everybody's bringing their own little nuance to the show, and thus creating this great pot of jambalaya because it's like the greatest piece that you've ever had.
Well, thank you. It seems like. To use the analogy of my partner, who shall remain nameless at the moment, you're coming in on the ground floor, and I felt like we've gotten ourselves to maybe the second or third floor, and now I feel like, with no hyperbole about it, it's like, okay, now we're moving up to the seventh, because Bobby's bringing us up, and we're going to keep going because I spoke to him earlier today, and I said, so what do you want to do going forward? I said, do you want to continue? And for him to say, hell effing yeah, is like we're doing this. And he said something, and brother, I so appreciate what you said because and that documentary, where they had the sign on the wall, "No egos allowed," only ego at the door. That's what this is. 'Cause this guy is a superstar, Oscar nominee, and he's saying, I'm humbled to be part of your vision, and I'm saying to him, I can't believe I'm on the phone with you because, you will be president of Uganda.
No.
And you will bring democracy there. And, I'm happy to carry your water and help with music. And he said, I thank you. And when we met in person, and I met his wife, Barbie. And I encourage everyone to look at People Power. It's the documentary on Bobby because he's phenomenal and not enough people know him. And his wife is, even exceeds him in terms of her glory. And her name is Barbie, and his name is Bobby. Yes,
it's Barbie and Bobby.
Exactly, it's Barbie and Bobby show. Mm-hmm. And they said it's a couple of things to me. They said, for you two guys to just stand on stage or be in a photo, what a political statement. Here's this guy from Brooklyn, a white guy from Brooklyn. Here's this guy from Uganda, and they're coming together, out of love of music and trying to make things different. And it's what you said. It's literally what you said. It's like, wow, brother. 18 months ago, I just was hoping, a little bit to just change one person's mind, and we keep hearing over and over again that we're helping and. Like what it was Bruce Springsteen to say, like, there's no final tour on this. We're doing this. And they're continuing. So we're back in the studio with them over 4 months. And funny enough, you said jambalaya. So you just
jambalaya.
It. Yeah. We've threatened you with coming into the studio.
Yes, you have.
Yes, we have. And here's the song you'll be doing, funny enough.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
My amazing wife, Enid, or Esquire, as we call her, because she is.
Hi, Esquire.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out, Esquire.
Shout out, Esquire.
She and I went to New Orleans for the first time in ages, and it's for the Jazz Fest, and it was amazing as always. And we're hearing all these different kinds of music, and I came back. I'm sitting here, and I go, "Wait a second, I have this in my body right now." I was so inspired by Zydeco music, which comes from Africa, of course, in New Orleans, that I sat down and over literally one session, 30 minutes, I wrote the music just came. Like, again, it's another song I didn't write. It came to me.
Nice.
And I wrote this song called La 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 La, 7 La's, Chase the Light. And you will be coming in to record that because you will be playing washboard on it. Like,
nice!
You will be doing that.
I can do that. Unlike my abs, I will finally have washboard. Nice.
And the guys will come in. There's going to be hand claps, and we're going to be doing that in probably the month of October, maybe late September. But you will be coming in and doing that. I started recording it the other day, and as I do, always start in my house, and then we add from there. But it's going to be, as one of my partners, Sharon Dasser, XZ100, ex Taylor Swift whisperer, said, "This is your sledgehammer. This is a song that is so, so mainstream. I mean, they're all mainstreaming, but this is a song that will reach out and touch everyone. And it's also the first and only song I wrote about my daughter, which was not an easy task. The words took a lot longer than the music in this case. But we're going to invite you in, and that will be the song. And we're going to do a version, what you just said. We're going to do the jambalaya version. We're going to do a version very Zydeco, and then we're going to do the World Funk Global version with Bobby. So
nice.
You will be, you guys are going around the world with us, so to speak.
Not the first time I've been around the world. Last time it cost me money, and also I had to get a penicillin shot. But that's not the point. The second point is le bon temps de rouler. If I could speak a little Creole to you, because let the good times roll. I'm definitely down for some jambalaya mix. I'll tell you that right now.
Zydeco
Joe, I'm gonna be playing some Zydeco music. That's what's going to be going on.
That's right. Well, you and the brothers will be coming in, and there'll be the brothers' ham.
There you go. You said the date. We'll make it. We'll be there. Also, by the way, your Voldemort partner, who shall not be named, let me point out, he's a very wise man. That's all I have to say to you, to pass on to him.
Yes.
And hopefully he will see my washboarding, and he will just be immersed. That's all I'm going to say about that. I can't gush anymore because Mitchell's going to get a chip on the shoulder thinking I'm just using him to get to the other guy. But that's not true. I like Mitchell, and Mitchell's going to put me on a hit record. So
there you go. There you go.
And I love this song. I love Such a Beautiful Day, and now I'm excited about La La La. I can't. This is the 7 Laws and Chase the it? Chase the Light.
Chase the light.
Chase the light. I want to make sure.
Yes.
All right. So la la. Let me. La 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 la. I have to just practice, even though I'm not going to be playing it.
Pretty good.
I just want to make sure I get the laws down pat. And I play percussion, so washboard is not going to be that hard. I can do it for you, sir.
There you go.
If you need some drums, I'm in there too. But I'm just saying.
You got it.
Look,
you'll. I'm dying for you to meet my partner Mike Ratty, because I'm sure he will welcome you aboard. You and the guys.
Nice.
You guys got so much positivity and love. So if we can stay on Such a Beautiful Day, there's like another kind of amazing news that we're doing with this.
So, yeah, let's go.
So and you've given me the time, so I really want to talk about like so many things that hopefully inspires people. So during the course of my day job at HQ and looking for Larry, people come all the time with, this project, that project, or you need to meet this one, or you need to that one. Of course, my door is always open, whether they're just starting or they're established. So an ex-client friend, maybe a future client, guy Paul Vella, who we worked with and helped launch a couple of projects with him that went really well with HQ and myself as director, and looking for Larry. And he said, I have this team out of the University of Valencia, and they are the cutting edge of AI and art, and what's your feeling? And I said, well, AI, just like everything else, needs to be embraced. Here's my theory on this. When it comes to music, Keith Richards said, silence is the canvas of a musician, and then you paint it with sound. Brilliant. Mm-hmm. Well, on the other side, the visuals, the canvas is blank, and why limit yourself as an artist to just what you have in your, palette, so to speak. And AI is just another tool for creativity to blend in with your other tools and hopefully do a hybrid. So with that, I met the people, and they said, oh, my God, you get it. I go, well, no accounting for taste. You're believing what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But no, I meant it. And it turned out, and this is the path of where I am now with all the, there is no synchronicity, quantum physics, it all comes together. It's like, of course, this University of Valencia has an extensive music program with Berklee School of Music. So these were music people. So I said, okay, if you really want to get started with me, I have 2 projects for you. One is World Funk Orchestra. And I'm going to do this the first ever real music video that we're doing that we're going to appear in. And I want to do it animated with you in AI and do something really extraordinary. And they got very excited. And so we will, and probably I'm going to say, and you know, I hope you'll announce it, and probably about the middle of September, more or less, the video is coming out ridiculously well. The performers in it and the process of how we did it shouldn't have even succeeded.
No.
So we shot the New York people, including myself, and I took a page out of Andre 3000, and you know, since I'm playing so many instruments, so I'm in it, different musicians. My partner Mike Rowdy's in it, you know, our new guitar player Ethan Famadou, who's gorgeous as inside and out, and Rebecca McCartney, one of our singers, and we filmed in New York on green screen, and you know, shout out to Giancarlo Serrano, who did an amazing job filming it, and Enercy Mendez, who produced it from HQ, and amazing job. And then, because of the time differences, when Bobby Wine filmed his part, he was filming Kampala, 6, 7, 8 hours later than us. So I gave them my creative direction, but I wasn't going to be able to be there when they filmed it. Mm-hmm. So they filmed. And I just said, joy, 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 joy. Just go with joy. And they film it. And, of course, they're brilliant, and they've done 9 million music videos. And they send us the footage. Then the Samson brothers in South Africa, they send us the footage. And I just said, shoot against, if you don't have green screen, shoot against any neutral color. So they're literally shooting in their living room against a white wall, one brother filming the other brother on an iPhone. And the same direction, joy, just go with the song, feel it, you sing it, you play it, and they send their footage in. Then my other brother who helped us start, Andre Gill, who's in Vegas, I said, brother, put on your tuxedo, because I envision you at downtown Las Vegas, old school, like Blade Runner. And so put on a tux and you be cool because you're cool. I'm kind of not that cool. And you'll make us cooler. And he filmed his segment with his brilliant wife, Meredith, against a white wall playing keyboard. And then finally, my partner, Mike, who couldn't make the video session, ends up shooting his neutral wall and best lighting was outdoors against his red barn. Now, I only physically directed our part. Everything else was from my direction, and then these people embracing that, just like the whole spirit of World Funk Orchestra. Well, they sent in the footage, and I couldn't believe how phenomenal these people were and how it all went together, like with each person lifting each other. So you will have the people, we'll review exclusively the plot, is you'll have Bobby Wine in Uganda on a beach. You'll have our South African brothers, the Samson brothers, on a beach in South Africa, and we're kind of like moving the earth a little bit. So Table Mount, as a tribute to Nelson Mandela, where he was in prison, will be in the background, though it's not really in real life. And you'll have Andre in Las Vegas, and you'll have Mike as part of the shoot in New York. And I'll give away our location at the last thing, where it's all going to culminate. But all these people are going to come together and all end with the South African choir as such an astral projection, right out of Angels from Doctor Strange or what have you, another Marvel reference, maybe.
You're such a nerd!
And we're all going to land, and we're all, of course I am, and we're all going to land in the center of the universe, where I also, as a tribute and thank you to the people at now iHeart, formerly Claire Channel and Z100, it's where I shot my first Z100 commercial on green screen. Nice. And we're all going to end up in Times Square, taking over all the billboards. And so it's funny how what you said about that jambalaya, I'm coming back to it, and people with no egos, it's like, I didn't have to be on set with them because they know what they're doing. And the common cause is change the world, bring love, unite people. And it all comes together, at the crossroads of the universe, Times Square, but it fits like a glove.
Now, Mitchell,
just like the music, because everyone's just making the best efforts to try to teach to help people heal through music.
Mitch, because I'm looking at, by the way, a video entitled "Creative Meeting for Such a Beautiful Day" music video. All right, that was from the WFO account. Now, the animation that I'm seeing, is this part of the actual music video?
Yes, what you're seeing is that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So you are seeing with the animation part, you're seeing, and again, to these people and Noria and Javier and Coco, they're putting up with a lot from me. So you're seeing this gorgeous video. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
And so they worked on that over the course of a month, perfecting it, and it's brilliant. And I came to them, and we also, yes, you saw that meeting, and that meeting where I said to them, we're starting from scratch. Because, and they understood that, and you see the whole video on YouTube, but the funny thing was, it was like, no, the performance of the orchestra couldn't be animated because the people were already animated. And I didn't want to lose the authenticity of the performances of everyone, or to think that we were masking the joy or adding the joy in animation. So the brilliant animations that you're seeing by the group, they're called Between the Lines, is all they're going to do kind of like the Sphere, which is amazing. I encourage everyone to see it in Vegas, where the backgrounds are going to be otherworldly. And wait till you see what I have them planned. It's going to be my Disney version of. It's going to be where we're going to take World Funk when we go out live next year, like with a full orchestra. You'll see that vision of whales breaching in the water and sunshine, rainbows, butterflies. You'll see all that as the backgrounds for this video, but it'll actually be the actual performance. And I think you see a little bit of the green screen in that creative video in the full length. But yeah. So, isn't their work marvelous, though?
Well, that's why it was, number one, it caught my attention. Number two, it also made me it's amazing because half of these people weren't together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the footage is all over the place, as in, it's different styles of animation mixed with other different facets. I don't want to ruin it for people who don't, I can't even describe it, quite frankly, and put it into actual words, what I'm looking at, because you have one style of animation that mixes with another style of animation, so when the video actually comes out and then thus goes from animation into real stuff, you mean, like, it's going to be a trip to watch, to see this, because it's pretty now, and it's going to be even prettier. This is just the concept art, quite frankly. This is not even the finished product.
This is the concept art.
Yeah.
And imagine how fortunate and grateful I am, and I'm standing on so many people's shoulders at this point, to have started this and not had an idea of where it would go, other than I just wanted to try to put some positivity out there. And God bless my wife, God bless, who empowered me to do this, because it was our dream when we were very young, and it wasn't like to be rock stars anymore. It was just trying to put music out that our daughter could hear, and just try to touch people with it. And then all of HQ got behind it. And I thought about this today. You know, you're a young professional, and, you know, the person who's supposed to be the rainmaker for the company is now saying, okay, now we're going to launch a brand, our own brand. We're going to put attention into there. And please don't worry, because our company is not going to, I told them, I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make it elevate. And my partner at Looking for Larry and my partner at HQ said, yes, of course. And my partner Looking for Larry only wants to pursue art and only wants what's best for me as I do for him. Mm-hmm. And then my partner, and I have some amazing partners, Sharon Dasser, Brent Battles, and the Tuta Capo, Mike Ratty, who's like the most spiritual musician probably I've ever met in my life. At this point now, it's saying a lot. Everyone invested and allowed, not talking about necessarily financially, but invested their time and their belief that something would happen. And I'm here to testify my purpose. I didn't know, I thought I knew my purpose, but I discovered my purpose here, in that it's the convergence of what I believe, whatever gifts I have, all come together so I could serve the clients and the foundations and the charities we work with at HQ, looking for Larry, and the brands that we're being very picky now about, to do all the right and positivity. It's like I'm supercharged and superpowered. It really is the Avengers, and everyone. I'm standing on so many people's shoulders to empower me to do this, to love the vision I had to do it. And look at this, the video that's coming out is the beginning of that. It's like the whole world coming together for us. And down the road, we'll get together to talk about this amazing documentary that we're doing with this guy, Harry Massey, who is going to change the way we heal. I'll save his story for another day, but it's all energy medicine and quantum physics, and it's becoming so mainstream. He's been at it 20 years. The guy will be a billionaire. He's a ridiculously brilliant guy, 170 plus IQ, but it'll be, though I did technically score the Scott Shannon worst to first Z100 doc, I was writing period pieces from the 80s. But with Harry, we're scoring it, helping influence the score, and one of the songs that we're going to be with WFO's song, World Funk Orchestra song, Lead Me Home, which is a prayer, is the theme song because it told Harry's story. Because it's about Harry falling off a mountain in a horrible accident when he was 21, basically being bedridden for 7 years and being healed through Chinese medicine and quantum physics and energy medicine.
He's Dr. Strange.
And I had him. He's Dr. Strange. Yes, he really is. He's Dr. Cool, basically.
Kamatage.
And the only condition I put on Harry was that if we're going to do this doc, and the mountain he fell off of was Ben Nevis, which is the highest point in Scotland. I said, brother, we're going to Scotland and we're going to go climb this mountain again. And we filmed it. And in the trailer that we're making, the movie won't be out till next year, but the trailer that we started to cut from our trip, he's going up the mountain, and here was this World Funk song. And it's got the gospel choir in it, and it's got strings by the brilliant Katie Kresick, who we met in Moulin Rouge, but it's played with Adele, Trey Anastasio, countless others. And you're moved to tears by this. So, the path that, I found Oz, my own personal Oz, but it's real. I didn't find the fake wizard, but I found my path. And, I am so grateful to you, everyone that's joined the journey, because, everyone's joined this journey and has helped us, and know and could see. I hope they see the integrity and how much we want this to happen for others. And if that's the way we go into it, then we will be diligent to get there. And that's the hope.
Well, Dorothy.
That's the prayer.
Well, Dorothy, we're clicking our heels together. Let me tell you right now. First off, because I know I got to wrap this up. So let me say it this way. You have so many irons in the fire right now of stuff going on. I'm glad that I get to be even involved with one of those irons. So thank you very much, and thank you for even involving me and my guys and everybody involved here at the Hammerdale Show. We are proud to be on there, and we cannot wait to be a part of the jambalaya, my friend.
Warm up that washboard.
I'm just going to say this, and I've said this to you before, and I'm going to say it again. You guys don't get the credit for what you're doing. You're not doing it for the credit, but and for everyone that's listening, just understand, my brother uncle here just did a shoot promo. This was a shoot promo, and hear how amazing an interviewer he is, about something real. Didn't take it to the gutter, didn't take the street. He made it funny. He made it topical. And I want people to know that, you are that guy.
Thank you.
You are that guy. And that's part of where you're going. It's like, think about Howard Stern when he started and think about Howard Stern where he is. I mean, sure. And my hope is, as we go up the ladder and we do this again, because you are not getting rid of us, but any strange, any way, that people see this in you because you guys have so much to offer.
Well,
and it's entertainment, and it's infotainment, and it's and I'm just glad that you guys are on the journey with us, and I'm very grateful.
Well, thank you, Mitchell. By the way, Mitchell Stuart, the head of the World Funk Orchestra. He's the head of all the mix and matching of all the different nationalities and everything else that goes along into making the music that you hear from the WFO. He is just an integral part, but he's one piece of the giant puzzle that is the jigsaw puzzle, that is the World Funk Orchestra. And now the Hammerdale show is going to be part of that as well, so that's going to be a big deal as well. Thank you very much on that yet again. Also, for more information, you go to @World Funk Orchestra on Twitter. Don't go to that other one because that one's complete bullshit. Don't go there. Go to the right one because you need to, and because that way you go to the right place and learn all about the World Funk Orchestra, learn all about the stuff. You can go on YouTube and check out the animation that I was just talking about. They have a latest video on the World Funk Orchestra YouTube where you can see the business meeting, you can see everything that went on behind the scenes, all that good stuff. That way you can see what I was just marveling at. That's only the concept art yet again. When the world sees the finished product, it's going to blow people's minds. That's what I'm saying by the many irons in the fire that Mitchell Stuart here. He's a writer, he's a director, he's a musician, he's a rocker, he's a nerd, he's everything everybody that can meet. And remember, he's Captain America, and he's got a bunch of Black Panthers.
There you go.
All right, and not the ones you're thinking about. I'm thinking Wakanda Forever, those kind of Black Panthers. He's got everybody. He's got all the different UN. That's actually what the World Funk Orchestra is. It's like if the UN made music. That's what it is.
And if the UN was what it was supposed to be and made music,
exactly.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah, when they didn't all secretly hate each other, this group doesn't hate each other. You know what I mean? This is all nice stuff.
No.
Mitchell, you know I love you. You are my brother. Thank you again. Just set the date. I will tell the boys, and we'll set that up, and we will be there in the studio. I will play my washboard.
I'll bring empanadas.
And he'll bring. And we got John from Taste of Pueblo. We'll bring empanadas. We'll feed people.
Oh, there you go.
It will be a community effort. It will be a kumbaya moment for all. So thank you, Mitchell Stuart.
I promise you.
Yes, sir.
We will do an episode about the meeting of the world. And we'll put it as part of our upcoming YouTube series.
There you go. WFO, Meech Ham, at the studio. It will happen. It will be a thing. Mitchell, if anything, Mitchell always, like he says he's going to do something, it happens. Okay? Now, I've asked him for other things. We'll see what happens. However, we know for a fact that in this studio, we will be playing musical instruments. We will be involved in the la-la-la portion
as we're chasing the light
in the studio. Mitchell Stuart, round of applause for Mitchell Stuart first and foremost. Thank you, Mitchell, for being on the show. As always, you know you have an open invitation. You know that, my friend. Anytime you want to come on, brother.
Thank you so much, and again, so much respect, and
same here.
Always a joy. Much love.
Much
Peace,
love
guys.
to you. Peace
Bye.
out, brother.
Bye.
Thank you, Mitchell Stuart.
Bye.
Much love. Mitchell Stuart, the World Funk Orchestra.
Yes.
This portion of the show, because